Hi everyone. Lego has released official pages for the new Guardians of the Galaxy sets. There'll be three of them, and they'll be released in April 2023. So the first one we're looking at is called the Guardians of the Galaxy Headquarters. So on first look, this kind of looks like a 4+ set for the Black Panther, but I don't think this is a 4+ set though. It's actually 7+, but in terms of size and scale of the set, and also the pricing of this set is pretty much the same as that 4+ set. Uh, I, in honesty, I think this is probably the best set of the three that we're going to be talking about. Uh, because you're getting plenty of value for money. You're getting two of the Guardians, and I think the Groot is actually exclusive to this wave. So this is the only set that you can get the new Groot, and this Groot also has a new face print. I'm not sure if they have a different torso or leg prints. Probably not, but at least the face is new. So for people interested in collecting these Guardians of the Galaxy characters, this set is probably a must-have anyway. But as always, I think Lego you know packs a lot of value in these $10 sets. So this, by the way, sells for £9 in UK, $10 in US. Obviously, this is false advertisement because these sets are not supposed to have lighting functions, I don't think. I'll be surprised if there is, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to me that this would happen. But yeah, I do think this is something that you can impulse buy and get plenty of value out of, especially when they have an exclusive minifigure to at least to this wave. So, but let's move on to a bigger set, which is the Baby Rockets ship. This is going to be selling for £30 in the UK and I think $35 in the US. So a little bit weird pricing for Marvel themes in general this year, but I think that reflects the price increase. This is probably a £25 set in the past, but you're getting Rocket again. This would be the only set in which you can get Rocket as well as the Baby Rocket, I think. So for that reason alone, maybe the set would be desirable to some people again. But yeah, I don't think there are a lot of exclusive elements to this other than, the the mode, but this is not a new mode, by the way. This is not a new Raccoon mode, I don't think. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I don't think this is an exclusive mode. But yeah, in terms of size, I'm not convinced this is the £30 set, especially you're only getting technically one minifigure because this is just an animal. It's just a raccoon animal similar to the cats and uh squirrels and all that animal builds that you get. As you can see, there's quite a noticeable size difference between this sort of half minifigure and the animal build. So, and yeah, I still don't appreciate the use of small legs, but I get it because uh he has to be really short, as short as possible. So yeah, I mean, it's probably a good toy for kids, but I just don't think the value really is there, even though it has 330 pieces, so technically it's not too bad. But then let's move on to the largest set of the wave, which is the new Guardian ship. And this is going to be retailing for £90, and I assume $100 in the US. I have to say, this is the set that I thought would be absolutely marvelous, but I'm a little bit disappointed, all things considered. Maybe that's down to the expectation. So this looks like the old Guardian ship, if you will. In terms of having a stand, I think. Yes, there's a stand. It's probably the same stand that was used in the Quinjet released earlier this year. But in terms of the intricacy of the build and all that stuff, this is not comparable to the original Guardians of the Galaxy that appeared in the Infinity Saga. I don't think. But as always, if you're a Lego investor, if you're buying this set to maybe build it later or not necessarily for consumption, then maybe do take note that a lot of these Guardian ships do tend to do very well in the aftermarket. So maybe in terms of value, it really isn't that bad. And I do think in terms of piece count, this set is not too bad either. 1,100 pieces for $100, especially Marvel, really isn't that bad at all. And of course, you're getting quite a lot of exciting minifigures. Beside Gamora, you're pretty much getting everyone, but Gamora is probably not going to feature anyway. You're also getting a new character. What's he called? Max. Adam Warlock. Yeah, Adam Warlock. Okay, so it's definitely a very shiny minifigure, at least from the renders. But the one thing that I both like and do not like about this sort of new Guardians of the Galaxy set is the fact that they're all wearing the same uniform these days, which is great for people who like uniforms. But on the other hand, that means you're not getting much exclusivity in terms of the minifigures. They're all going to be using the same torsos and legs. So as long as you have the heads, the heads for Drax and Nebula are reused. So basically all you need is new torsos and legs, and then you can just fit in the old heads to create the same minifigures. So and the same can be said about Mantis as well. So I think in terms of minifigure appeal, this set is not really up there, but you really are paying for the ship, and I think the ship looks nice, but I just don't like the fact that it has such a sparse interior. I mean, I think that has a lot to do with how this set is designed. Like in the movie universe, it certainly looks very alien, very otherworldly, very sort of collectible in terms of its sci-fi value. But I don't know. I'm just not sure if this is a very good Lego vehicle, in that it doesn't really hold a lot of minifigures. From the pictures, we can see that it can probably hold at least 2 minifigures in the interior, and maybe an extra minifigure, in one of these hovercraft-like vehicles. I don't know where they fit in. I think they fit in on the side. I'm not sure if there's another one. I think there are 2 of them, right? Yeah, I think there are a total of 2 of these side builds, sort of thing. So one of them are flown out. So technically you can hold 4 in total, I think. But of course, 2 of them have to be sort of exposed in a sort of a 80s sci-fi-ish, sort of like classical space sort of thing. You kind of have to think of it in less scientific terms. But overall, I don't know. I mean, for £90, you're getting a vehicle that looks cool, but doesn't hold that much stuff. Now, I'm not sure if the low compartments, which I assume is the cargo bay, or maybe for an indication of access into the spaceship, which I do like. But I just don't like the fact that it has such sparse interior in general. I get it is probably a in-universe thing, but overall this set is just a little bit disappointing. I also like the fact that they have storage for weaponry. It's great to have that, as always. But this ship doesn't look particularly massive. It does have a presence to it because of the shaping and all that. But this is probably, again, also with the Baby Rocket ship, it's also I'm a little bit on the fence on these two new sets. But for the Guardians of the Galaxy headquarter, this is that one would probably be the one that would definitely go for. But these two, I'll have to wait and see. Maybe with detailed reviews and stuff to sort of have a better look into the mechanism of these sets, then we'll have a better idea whether or not these are good values. But of course, if you really want to have this minifigure, then maybe this is a good way to get it. I don't know how expensive this minifigure is going to be, or how important it is in the movie universe. But I still think that if you only want a minifigure, you can always bricklink it, or just find it through other sellers who are able to part with the minifigures. But yeah, overall, I just don't think this and also the Baby Rocket ship are particularly good value propositions. But the Guardians of the Galaxy headquarters, certainly, especially if you want the Groot minifigure, the new Groot minifigure, this is probably the only way to get it right now. But yeah, that's just my opinion on those sets. Feel free to share yours, and I'll talk to you again very soon in the next video.